and subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
You know what? There seems to be a new sheriff in town, and there's this young lad. He's 24 years old from Nigeria, and he's gathering a little bit of hype, especially after his last fight against Curtis Harper. Well, we say fight. Curtis Harper, the bell went. Curtis Harper hot trot out of the ring. So he's gaining a bit of a reputation as a bit of a feared guy. Now, he resides in America, of course, but he was originally from Nigeria, and he took on Nick Jones last night. Now, Ajagba went into this fight 6-0 with 5 of those by stoppage. Technically, it should have been all of them because for whatever reason they think it's a good idea to put Curtis Harper down as a disqualification. So that kind of takes away the knockout, which is unfair. Personally, I think they should put it down as a knockout. But you know what? It is what it is. So anyway, he takes on Nick Jones. And this was last night. This is on the Brandon Figueroa undercard, along with Cody Davis, Joe Joyce, James DeGale, and so on. Stacked card. It wasn't the original main event. The original main event, of course, was Victor Ortiz versus John Molina Jr. But that fight got pulled due to Victor Ortiz being questioned over some rape allegations. Anyway, that aside. So Efe Ajagba, he takes on Nick Jones, and Nick Jones, he went into this fight 7-0, and 5 of those by knockout. So no slouch himself, 32 years old, American, of course, heavyweight. And Efe Ajagba destroyed him in the first round. Round number 1, Efe Ajagba drops him, and the count gets waived, and that is it. So there was about 30 seconds of the round left, and that's all she wrote. So what kind of fight review can you really do? Not too much, other than the fact that he took out a guy who was on a identical record to him in some ways, although Ajagba was 6-0 and Nick Jones was 7-0. Okay, but both of them have pretty big reputations as big punches because, as I said, Nick Jones, he went to this fight 7-0, but 5 of those by knockout. But Ajagba just demolished him, absolutely demolished him. So what's going to happen with Ajagba now? Quite clearly, he's above the kind of level that he's fighting right now because he's just walking through people. He really is. I mean, he's got like this fear factor of people, and he's only been past round 1 once, only one time, and that was against Rodney Hernandez, where he stopped him in 5 rounds, but everybody else has all been round number 1. So he's not quite getting the rounds that he wants on the pro level, I suppose. Inspiring, I'm sure he is. But maybe Ajagba, I wouldn't mind seeing him in there with Joe Joyce. But ultimately, maybe it's too early for one of these guys to take a loss. Maybe it's too early for Nick Jones to take a loss, to be fair. But I'd like to see Ajagba be tested a little bit more. Let's see how good he is. He is learning. Okay, I'm not suggesting for a second that he be pushed ahead of schedule, not at all. But if he's stopping everybody in 1 round, then quite clearly he needs to step it up a little bit more, because quite clearly this guy is quality, and certainly one for the future. 24 years old, and an absolute beast. He's 6'5". Absolutely fantastic fighter. Absolutely brilliant. And I look forward to seeing him in with whoever it is who's going to be next. For me, I mean, if you want to carry on for like the next couple of fights, get to like 10-0, if you like, of this kind of level. Well, I say this kind of level, it's difficult because Nick Jones could have been one for the future, right? He could have been. And he still might be. Who knows? One defeat shouldn't derail anything. But ultimately, if he's taken out somebody who's on equal par as himself on paper and blitzes him in 1 round, questions need to be asked, because this Efe Ajagba seems to be the real deal. I want to see how good he is. I know I'm a impatient boxing fan, but I really want to see how good he is. And I've got full faith in him to climb a lot higher. Anyway, you drop your thoughts about Efe Ajagba. Where do you see him in a few years' time? Do you see him as a future world champion? Well, anyway, you drop your thoughts below. Click that thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.